Hey, what's happening, everyone? We all know the drill. Back again, gonna do a couple of laps here at Watkins Glen with the P1. I'm not gonna show you everything. I think I did about 8 to 9 laps, but I'll just show you my three best consecutive laps in a row in terms of my race pace, and I'll talk to you guys after they're done. Later. Yeah, so my best lap was the first one out of the three. So coming into the first corner, you really just want to have a little tickle of that first curb on the inside there, just a little tickle, nothing too strenuous. I like to boost about 10 to 15% up here, and then once I just get past this first left, then I do another boost for another 10 to 15, so up to about 25, something like that. Anyway, you sort of replay. Most difficult part is probably this chicane. It's not difficult because you can do it pretty easy, but when you to really nail it and get a lot out of the corner, you do have to be very precise. Very fun as well. Be careful on the exit coming downhill here because you can understeer quite a bit. This corner I tend to like to dive in quite early. I don't like to try and get a late apex because you tend to understeer quite a lot. This is probably the hardest corner for me because I find I understeer quite a bit, but you've got to try my best to just line up with a little bit of a late apex. That helps there a lot. This corner, again, you can get a little bit of snap oversteer on this corner, which is why I like to get on the throttle a little bit earlier, because the oversteer kind of just sets the car in the right direction. Be very patient with that left-hander. This next one coming through is full throttle, pretty simple, and this next one is you got to be really committed, sharp brake, turning really sharply, and then just kind of throw it in. You could see there that I was a bit tentative on that exit. I didn't do that exit very well compared to the last two laps. Even though the laps were a little bit slower, I did the last corner a lot better. But yeah, this is a really fun track. I really like this track. Much prefer this to Kota last week. Last week's Kota was, oh god, I'm just not a fan of it, not very good at it. So even when I started getting better at it, I just didn't really enjoy it. I mean, there are some fun parts, but just as a whole, I just don't really like it. But Watkins, I pretty much like the entire track. The only thing that worries me about this track is traffic, but traffic in one specific area, which is turn 2, 3. Because in turn 2, 3, your line as a GTE or even any car really is you start on the left out of turn 1, and then you go to the right side of the track to get that apex, then you go back to the left side of the track to hit the other apex, then you go to the right side of the track to hit that apex, then you end up moving over to the left for the bus stop chicane. And through there, when you're overtaking P2s, GTEs, you've got to be really careful because they could stick to their line or they could come off their line, so you don't really know what's gonna happen. So it's probably best to be a little bit more cautious going through there, because especially when you're using that's why I like to use boost intermittently, like I only do 10% and then a 15 or vice versa, because if I use all the full 20-25%, you could run into trouble and have to slow down at the wrong time with traffic ahead of you, so you got to be careful. But yeah, that's that track. Really like it, looking forward to racing it, and I'll see you guys next week.